Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. Third down here. Operating from the gun, Lane. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. Leading them out is the former first-rounder from all the way back in 2004 from Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now Roethlisberger. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. The numbers for Bell on the ground of the game last week. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds Beasley complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. To throw on 2nd down, Lane. And that is incomplete here. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Lane. They got a man. It's Woods. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Ready, go.
Mixon with a first down carry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his target, John Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. John Brown, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Mike 58 right there. Target. Watch safety green.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A run by Bell on 1st down, going to go nowhere as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, Lane. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
8 read.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The 1st down run with Bell as he'll get about 6 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He's got Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Roethlisberger now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd yard at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
Did a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd at the 27-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Saints 3,
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
What I'm talking about.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Star Latulele in on the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And this is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's 3rd and short. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun to give to Mixon. They find some open field here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Suck up for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They go play action with Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. Cole Beasley the intended target. But now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Roethlisberger now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Running on first down with Ware. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On 2nd down, it's Ware. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
On second down, Mixon.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ready? 18 Gator. You're not ready. You're not ready. Let's go.
On first down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Looking to throw. Lane. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They'll give it to Mixon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit, and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, relax and enjoy the 2nd quarter lead right now. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lane. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That sack by the DN, Danico Autry. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Lane. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football, he's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the 2nd half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On second down, it's Bell. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. That's complete. It's Bell. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A little juke. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Lane. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lane. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ready? 10-2, sir. Check, 59. I'm scared. Snap.
Throwing on first down. Lane. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
On the ready. 57's right. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 6 ready.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it'll be second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Roethlisberger. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 33.
2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the 33. 2nd and 10 from the
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lane. This is Crowell on the catch. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun. Lane. He gets it to Brown. Complete.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Off the bootleg. Lane. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lane. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
He's checking.
They'll run here with Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. To throw on 3rd down. Lane. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
2nd and 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. The choice to make. You're on the road. You're going to take the 3. You're so close to the end zone.
Well, you know what the book says. You know, that mythical book about what to do in certain situations. Road team, it says be aggressive. Go get a touchdown. Don't play for a field goal. I say keep that book open and do it.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Suckup will put this one right through. and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Blue 30. Yes, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Switch.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw here, Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Roethlisberger now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Block 80! Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 2nd down now. It's Bell. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go. Black 20.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Roethlisberger looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And now out comes Minnesota. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? From the gun on 3rd down, Lane. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Succop's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. Ben to throw again. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
I'm going back.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Check, 59. I got it. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, he'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
That's it, baby. 4
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
Again, it's Mixon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Clear. 65. Hey, alert 3.
And he fires one incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Check. Go.
It's Mixon on the counter. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Again, it's Mixon. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Let's go now. HE Gator.
It's 59. Mike the
And Woods has it complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ready? They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. Ready?
On 2nd down, Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. On 3rd down, Lane. This is caught. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Suckup will put this one right through. And that will extend their lead even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger caught by Sanu. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Roethlisberger. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Here we go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll start here with a give to Mixon, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.